of FEBPR Company for Development and Consultancy, we have the honor to invite His Excellency Mrs. Adissa Chargee, Chair d'Affaires of the Embassy of the Burkina Faso in Egypt. You are most welcome in Egypt. Before you start, I will give you a short summary. Come with me about this conference. During this session, the future belongs to sustainable investment in Africa. We will speak about the positive vision to increase the volume of trade and exchange between Egypt and Africa, especially in 2023, despite the challenge of COVID-19 and the war between Russia and Ukraine and the instability of the global world. During the various sessions, also, this conference will be addressing the most relevant issue pertaining Egypt and Africa countries, such as strengthening the international relation with Africa country, attracting international investment in the field of trade and industry, opportunities to increase the exchange and industrial integration, opportunity of education grant, international education agreement, and joint science project like school and university, opportunities of also implementation of partnership agreement between Egypt and the Africa country, in particular the file of women empowerment witnessed in under presidential posting during the past 7 years. We have women empowerment here in Egypt, and we hope to be in all Africa, and they received great support from the political leaders to continue effort and initiative in order to expand women participation in all fields and to allow them to occupy a leadership position politically, economically, and judicially, and believing in their ability to give and participate in building the new republic and achieving sustainable development. I believe that the cooperation event of this natural world provide a great opportunity to share light on many critical issues facing Egypt and MENA country and also Africa. And I will welcome you by the name of all attendees to take your mic and speech with you. You are most welcome.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm very pleased to be here with you. And the first thing I will do is to congratulate the initiators of this event and thank them for inviting Burkina Faso to share information. All right. All right. Is it okay? Okay, thank you. So I was saying that I will first congratulate the initiators of this event and say thank you for inviting Burkina Faso to share information about sustainable investment in Africa. I'm sorry, I hope I could speak in Arabic, but I cannot. Okay. So the first thing I say is that the need to strengthen cooperation between African countries is an evidence recognized in all discussions, such as the one we are doing now. This evidence was born from the observation that African countries have enormous resources which should ensure them an advanced development. Unfortunately, these potentialities are not sufficiently exploited and shared among daughters and sons of Africa. In addition, the absence of privileged relations in intracontinental trade leads to an exploitation of our resources which benefits to other continents more than Africa itself. It is therefore happy to note the awakening of mentalities of African countries on the issue of the development of intercontinental trade. Several sub-regional, regional, and continental initiatives have been adopted, but unfortunately, they are slow to yield convincing results. Nevertheless, these initiatives, which aim to change the Africa of crises to the Africa of opportunities, must be welcomed. These opportunities cover all the areas such as agriculture, energy, mining, industry, and trade. It is precisely the complementarity between all these sectors that constitutes the value chain capable of propelling the growth and development of our economies that is greatly lacking in our continent. We talked about different sectors, technology, education. We need technology in education, in agriculture, so everywhere, even in infrastructure, we need it everywhere. So there is a kind of complementarity between all sectors. So for these driving factors of development and growth to be beneficial to our population, they need a secure environment for the implementation. And this is where the concept of security of development takes on its full meaning. Because without a secure environment, the implementation of any development project remains hypothetical. So allow me to remind you of the current security crisis in the Sahel and to call for everyone's solidarity in facing the humanitarian drama that our countries are experiencing now. To come back to the topic of our discussion, I would first like to salute the excellent exemplary diplomatic relations between the Arab Republic of Egypt and other African countries, and also to salute the crucial role that the Egyptian Ministry of Foreign Affairs plays in this regard. To enable Egypt to strengthen exchanges with the rest of Africa in the areas mentioned above, we could possibly use the diagnosis already available at country and continental level to clearly identify the needs, the opportunities, and the resources of each country in order to locate the necessary complementarities. This diagnosis will allow the Honorable Ministry of Foreign Affairs to do many things, such as first, to facilitate contact between actors at the bilateral level. Two, to help establish a favorable legal framework. For example, they will facilitate the signature of agreement to avoid double taxation in terms of income tax, or agreement on protecting investment in countries. And third action they can do is to encourage the Egyptian private sector to invest in other countries, like in my country, Burkina Faso. As far as my country is concerned, we have many opportunities which can be grouped into 10 promising sectors, such as agriculture, breeding, industry, energy, mines, transportation, tourism, education, health, and ICT. To share these resources with the world in general and with African countries in particular, the government of my country has taken measures granting tax facilities and establishing a favorable business climate. I will not bother you with a long speech. I say thank you once more to the initiators of this event, and I invite all of you to discover the investment opportunities in my country in a small video of 5 minutes. Thank you for your kind intention, and see you soon in my country called the Land of Upright People. Thank you.